Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Have you ever pondered over the intricacies of the spiritual philosophy known as Thelema? This philosophy, often misunderstood, places a profound emphasis on individual will and freedom. Thelema's teachings have permeated the fabric of various modern spiritual movements, shaping the way we perceive self-realization and liberty in the spiritual realm. Yet Thelema is frequently shrouded in misconceptions and false assumptions. Many find it challenging to sift through the layers of hearsay and misunderstanding to uncover the core truths of this philosophy. From allegations of it being a cult to claims of promoting selfishness or chaos, the myths surrounding Thelema are as varied as they are misleading. As we navigate through these misconceptions, it's important to remember that Thelema, at its heart, is a philosophy of freedom, individuality, and personal power. Its vision is a harmonious society, with every person having their place like all the stars have their perfect orbits in the heavens. It encourages us to be the best versions of ourselves. In today's discussion, we will debunk 10 prevalent myths about Thelema. First on the list is the widely held belief that Thelema is a religion. But this is not the full picture. Thelema, at its core, is more of a spiritual philosophy. It encompasses more than mere religion. It can have religious expression, one might say. In fact, believe it or not, there are Thelemic churches. But in many ways, Thelema is not limited to the ways we often think about traditional religions. It offers a framework, a set of principles that encourage self-discovery, self-development, discipline, and personal growth. Unlike many religions, it doesn't impose a rigid set of dogmatic beliefs or practices. Thelema, like the dynamic will of the individual, is inherently flexible, adaptable to the unique experiences and circumstances of the individual. It doesn't require the uniformity of thought or belief common to so many traditional religions. Instead, it promotes the exploration of one's own spiritual path. It's a guide rather than a rule book, a compass rather than a map. Thelema's spiritual philosophy is encompassing, going beyond the conventional boundaries of religious thought. It encourages a personal, individualized journey towards self-knowledge and self-fulfillment. It's about finding your own truth, your own path, and your own interpretation of the divine. Thelema, therefore, transcends the boundaries of traditional religious thought. The second myth we tackle today is the idea that Thelema promotes selfishness. This couldn't be further from the truth. Thelema is grounded in the principle of true will, a concept often misunderstood. True will isn't about satisfying transient desires or whims. It's about aligning oneself with their deepest, most authentic purpose. Thelema encourages adherents to discover and pursue their true will, leading to a life lived in harmony with their innermost nature. This isn't a call to selfishness, but rather a call to self-fulfillment and self-understanding. In fact, there is much in Thelema about emptying oneself of one's attachment to self or ego, and being one-pointed in one's pursuit of spiritual attainment. That doesn't sound particularly selfish to me. The philosophy recognizes that each individual is unique, with their own distinct purpose and path to follow. In seeking to understand and manifest our true will, we inevitably cultivate understanding towards others on their unique journeys. Rather than promoting selfishness, Thelema fosters a sense of interconnectedness and mutual respect. Each is a sovereign star poised in space, unique and self-supreme. Each person uniting with the other in love under will. In conclusion, Thelema's concept of true will fosters a deeper understanding of self and others. Thelema isn't about selfishness. It's about finding harmony within oneself and with the world around us. Third myth, Thelema is anti-social. The philosophy of Thelema does indeed encourage individuality and freedom. But let's be clear, fostering individuality does not equate to promoting anti-social behavior. Quite the contrary. Thelemites believe in the inherent divinity of each individual. Thus, they respect the unique paths and perspectives of others. In the realm of Thelema, freedom isn't about isolation or disregard for others. Rather, it's about the liberty to find one's true nature and express that openly and authentically, while respecting the same freedom in others. Thelema champions the idea of coexistence, acknowledging that each person's journey is integral to the grand tapestry of existence, just like the many billions of stars in the night sky. Thelemic teachings encourage adherents to pursue their individual wills, but this is not to be mistaken for promoting discord. In fact, Thelemites understand that social harmony is essential to the well-being of all. The ideal society is one that values mutual respect and understanding, fostering respecting of individual differences and freedom from overly restrictive laws. That would be a community that thrives on natural diversity and creative growth. So we see, Thelemites value social harmony and mutual respect as much as individual freedom. Myth number 4. Thelema is synonymous with magic. While it's true that magic plays a significant role in Thelema, it's not the be-all and end-all of this philosophical path. Thelema is a rich tapestry that weaves together a broad philosophical and ethical framework. It's about discovering and manifesting one's true will, the innermost divine nature that drives each of us. Now, magic in the context of Thelema is a tool, a method of personal evolution and self-discovery. It's a way many Thelemites have used to align themselves with the universe and their true will. But it's not the entire picture. Thelema also involves ethics, philosophy, and a deep understanding of the self and the world. It's about balance, personal growth, and understanding, far beyond the scope of magic alone. So don't let the allure of magic eclipse the profound depth of Thelema. Thelema and magic are intertwined, but they are not one and the same. Fifth myth. Thelema is a cult. Let's delve into this. The term cult often carries negative connotations, hinting at manipulation, exploitation, or blind faith. However, casting Thelema in the same light is a misconception. Thelema is a spiritual philosophy, not a cult. In a cult, there's typically a centralized authority, a leader who dictates the beliefs and behaviors of its followers. Thelema, on the other hand, empowers individual seekers to discover their unique spiritual path. It doesn't prescribe an unalterable dogma. Instead, it encourages personal exploration and understanding. Thelemites are free to interpret the central book of the law for themselves, and each person is expected to apply the teachings in a way that resonates with their personal experiences and insights. There's no cult-like hierarchy or authority dictating one right way to practice or understand Thelema. Although there are many people and organizations out there that would very much like to claim they are the one true way, ultimately Thelema belongs to no temporal organization. Besides, Thelema promotes individual spiritual exploration rather than blind adherence to dogma. Moving on to myth number 6, Thelema is pessimistic. This is a common misconception that couldn't be further from the truth. Some people think Thelema is dark and depressing, perhaps because of some of its aversive symbolism. In reality, Thelema, with its emphasis on each moment being an expression of love under will, promotes an outlook that is decidedly optimistic. It encourages practitioners to seek out their true purpose, their true will, and to pursue it with unwavering determination. It calls us forth to our purpose, to fall in love with our destiny. This philosophy doesn't dwell on the negative, but rather, it cultivates a sense of empowerment. It teaches that each person is the master of their own destiny, a unique God among gods, clothed with powers to shape their own life according to their will. This is not pessimism, it's a call to take control, to seize the reins of your existence. It's a philosophy that imbues its followers with a sense of personal responsibility and agency. So far from breeding pessimism, Thelema champions the power of the individual, fostering a spirit of optimism and personal empowerment. Is a philosophy of empowerment, not pessimism. Myth number 7. Thelema is only for the elite. This is a common misconception that couldn't be further from the truth. The philosophy and practice of Thelema is open to anyone who seeks to understand and align with their true will. It's not about societal status, financial wealth, or exclusive knowledge. Rather, it's about personal growth, self-discovery, and spiritual enlightenment. Thelema encourages individuals to explore their deepest desires, to find their true purpose, and to live in harmony with their inherent nature. It's about breaking free from societal constraints and embracing one's individuality, It is not about reinforcing social hierarchies of any kind. Thelema doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care about your background, your social standing, or your academic qualifications. It's a spiritual journey that anyone can embark on, regardless of where they're starting from. All it takes is a curious mind, a willing heart, and the courage to seek your own truth. That being said, not everyone is ready to understand or make use of these truths. So remember, Thelema isn't for the elite, it's for the seeker. Everyone has the potential to be a seeker, but not everyone takes the opportunity. It is said, the law is for all. Thelema invites all who seek self-understanding and spiritual growth. Myth number 8. Thelema's idea of everyone doing their unique will would just cause total chaos. Now, this is a common misconception. Thelema, at its core, is about the principle of true will, a concept that, far from promoting chaos, actually fosters order and harmony. The true will is never in total disregard to the world. You see, the true will is the individual's deep intrinsic direction in life, their ultimate potential, purpose, and place within the universe. In Thelema, adherents strive to discover and follow their true will, which one sense simply means aligning themselves with the natural order of the universe. This alignment brings about a sense of balance, strength, joy, beauty, and purpose rather than chaos. Moreover, the principle of true will discourages interference in others' paths, promoting respect for individual journeys and fostering peaceful coexistence. It's not about a reckless abandonment of rules or societal norms, but rather a thoughtful and deliberate pursuit of one's unique path in harmony with the universe. In other words, Thelema's principle of true will fosters a harmonious coexistence. Moving to our 9th myth. Thelema is irreligious. This is a widely held misconception. In fact, Thelema is not against religion, but rather transcends it. It doesn't reject the concept of divinity or spiritual belief, but instead allows for personal interpretations and beliefs. It's a philosophy that encourages spiritual exploration rather than dictating a single rigid path. Thelema doesn't prescribe a one-size-fits-all religious doctrine. Instead, it encourages individuals to discover their unique spiritual path. It's about finding your own personal true will, your ultimate purpose, and aligning yourself with it. Many find this process to be basically religious, insofar as there is an approach to divinity. But it doesn't demand adherence to a specific set of beliefs or practices, so it's not about being irreligious. It's about embracing a spiritual journey to know one's own inner true nature and to express it. That may or may not be religious for you. Thelema as a philosophy goes beyond traditional religious thought. Finally, the 10th myth. Thelema is a fad. Let's debunk this, shall we? Thelema, with its roots steeped in antiquity, is anything but a passing trend. Its principles, inspired by ancient cultures and philosophies, have been around for centuries. Thelemic teachings, such as the pursuit of one's true will and the emphasis on individual spiritual growth, are timeless. In the modern era, Thelema continues to inspire and guide seekers on their spiritual journey. It's a philosophy that encourages self-discovery and personal freedom, principles that remain relevant and appealing in every age. Rather than fading away, Thelema continues to evolve and adapt, resonating with new generations of spiritual seekers. Its enduring relevance isn't by chance, but by design. Thelema's core tenets are universal, transcending cultural and temporal boundaries. It's a spiritual philosophy that grows with you, not one that you outgrow. So, let's set the record straight. We're only just beginning. We have now debunked 10 myths about Thelema. In this journey, we've unmasked the misconceptions and shone a light on the true essence of Thelema. We've seen that it's not just a religion. We've dispelled the fallacy that it promotes selfishness and is antisocial. Instead, we've learned that it encourages individuality and interpersonal harmony. We've clarified that Thelema is not synonymous with magic, it's not a cult, and it certainly is not the dwelling of pessimism. We've understood that it's not exclusive to the elite, nor is it a hub of chaos. We've discovered that it's not irreligious, and it's certainly not a passing fad. These truths serve as stepping stones, leading us to a more profound understanding. Thelema is a path of self-discovery and spiritual growth. Remember, understanding Thelema is a journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. Let that journey be guided by knowledge, not misconceptions. What do you think? What other myths should we debunk? Leave a comment, and thank you for watching. 93.